Hi, I'm Natasha from Findlay Creek Soap Company. Today I'm making strawberry ombre soap. This is my first attempt at an ombre technique, so I'm happy to share the experience with you. I learned this technique from Lisa of I Dream in Soap. I'll leave a link to her YouTube video in the description. Because this technique is all about the pour, I've not included the measuring of the oils, butters, and lye solution in this video, but you can find this process in other soap making videos on my channel. The recipe I'm using today is also in the description box. I'm using two colors in this soap to create the ombre effect. The colors I chose are titanium dioxide for the white and magic red mica from Windy Point Soap Supply for the deep pink. This is the same mica I used in the pomegranate passion soap, but without the added activated charcoal, so it's a better representation of how this color performs in cold processed soap. It doesn't turn out red like the name would imply, but a rich pink color, and I thought it paired nicely with the strawberry fragrance oil. Both colors are mixed with olive oil to make them easily dispersed without needing a lot of extra blending. I want to keep this soap as fluid as possible for as long as possible, so using the immersion blender to mix in the colors would be counterproductive. The fragrance I'm using is called Strawberry, which I purchased from Voyageur Soap and Candle. A slow-moving fragrance is also helpful for this technique, and I think this fragrance worked perfectly. In theory, this technique is quite simple. I'm using a cutting board to prop up one side of the mold, and starting with the pure pink soap, I'm pouring a line along the side of the soap mold. I've slowed down the video to real time to better show the speed at which I am pouring. After the first line, I add a small amount of white soap to the pink and stir to combine, then add another line of soap, and rinse and repeat. When the soap reaches the top of the mold, I'll lower the angle that the mold is tilted until all the soap has been added. One of the challenges I found with this technique was determining how much soap to pour into the mold and how much white soap should be added for each pass. I tried to keep those two amounts equal, but as I progressed, I found I was running out of the white soap faster than I intended. I was hoping to have, if not a significant amount of white on top, at least something noticeable, but it became clear quickly that this would not be the case. Pouring too much soap in each pass or adding too much white may result in a chunky style of ombre, and I had hoped to make this as smooth and gradual as I could. I did find that even with a cooperative fragrance oil and minimal blending, the soap did eventually start to thicken. I first started to notice that the soap wasn't moving all the way down to the bottom of the mold after pouring. I tried tapping or shaking the mold to get some help from gravity, but too much movement can impact the ombre effect. There are a few things that I would do differently with this pour. To make the pitcher and the soap move a bit easier, I'd add a thin layer of olive oil to the side of the mold and the bottom edge of the spout. Not enough so that the soap is swimming in a pool of oil when it reaches the bottom of the mold, but just enough to make the pitcher and the soap glide smoothly along the edge in the first few passes. I would also move a little quicker in the beginning. That said, trying a new technique for the first time can feel really awkward. I struggled with where to place the different tools in my work area, which is why I kept putting things out of view of the camera. Because soap needed to be added and stirred after each pass, there were a lot more pieces to keep track of, and this was taking more time at first than was ideal. I'd like to find a better way to prop up the mold so it can be lowered gradually without having to hold it, since two hands are helpful when adding the color after each pass. I think determining how much soap to pour and how much to add after each pass will become easier with practice. Lisa demonstrated different ways to cut the soap in her video, so I decided to do my usual cuts to get the nice curved shape of the ombre. I want to make a quick note about the white flecks in this soap. I dispersed titanium dioxide with olive oil in a large batch and store it in a squeeze bottle for easy use. I had just made a new one, but I don't think it was fully dispersed this time. These spots won't cause any damage or impact the soap in any way. I hope you found this walkthrough useful. Definitely check out the full tutorial from I Dream of Soap, and if you've tried this technique before and have any tips, tricks, or feedback, please leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next week for another project.